Okay. So those who are maybe on the other end, the participants, I request all of them to please plug in the headphones. So you can connect to your headphones, then we can have a great session over here along with. Very good. So my name is Nitish, and to introduce myself, I am from Delhi. Currently, I'm working as a technical specialist. Completed now 5 years and counting. And the technologies which I work and I know so far are Python, R, SQL, NLP, machine learning, data science, Tableau, Power BI, and deep learning. But it's been a long time, let's say 8 9 months since I have not touched, because there's no requirement in my company as of now on which I'm working. So little bit less confidence as of today, but the conceptual clarity I still have. Hands on for the coding, I have to quickly revise the skills. So I put a star over here for it. And Python, R, SQL, NLP, and this. Okay. And in order to help you with data science, which is today's the most trending field, what I have done, I have picked up this SQL data set, and over here we're going to learn how to create all of them. The data set is very simple, but the questions I've prepared a lot of it over here. So you can see, not one, not two, not three, but 50 questions. We're going to learn how to solve these 50 questions. And by running on these 50 questions, if there are certain questions in which we have to learn the skills, like how we are approaching these questions, what is the concept which is hidden behind it, I'm going to explain it side by side. So instead of investing today's time and learning about all these things first and then applying the same on some other data set tomorrow, you're going to apply on one data set and learn how to work on these 50 questions over here. So this will be a good hands-on for all of you, and those even who are new, those who are freshers, or they are IT, non-IT experienced person. It can benefit to all of you. At least you have some questions in your hand, as you will be referencing it for your future use also, and maybe for other personal projects also. So it can help you in one or the other way. So this is what I can do from my side for you guys. Okay. And guys, again, I'm highlighting this thing. It's a webinar, and I'm here to help you with the data science part. So my objective will be to cover the data science concepts with it, as well as solve some SQL questions against it. If you are able to successfully cover these 50 questions, I will give you that something, a data set is given to you, that is a CSV file or Excel file, in this manner, as an example, is given to you. So how can you work on these data sets? How can you read the count all of them, or perform any EDA part, analysis part? So if I have the time, I will take that also in picture. Okay. I will discuss that once I start SQL, Ganesh. And for a new BA, can SQL help me in growing professionally? Yes, it is going to help you grow professionally. How SQL is connected with data science? Great, great question. Okay, to brief down, when we talk about SQL, SQL, that is structured query language, it is just a medium to you to interact with the databases and extract some information from the database. What is a database? We will learn it from the whiteboard. Now, what is a database? A database, you can assume, is like a folder. There is a folder for you. In this folder, what all things you can keep? If you are having a personal folder on your laptop, you can have your Excel files, or text files, CSV files. You can also have the images. You can also have some databases, batch file, exe files, maybe you're using, or mp3, jpeg, and with respect to that, multiple files will be there. So how can you access these information from with the help of SQL? Sorry, how can you extract the information with the from this database? You can use Python also. Python is also a way how to extract this information from any folder. You can read it, do an analysis on it, or change the dimensions, anything you can work on it. And you can do the same thing in SQL also. Python is very new. SQL is a little old. It came into picture 1982. It came into very first version, but came into picture. After that, now we have not only a database from Oracle, we are also having a cloud. Not only a database from Microsoft, but also a cloud. So database, the only problem with database is that you have wherever you are working in some remote location. You're working at some remote location. So the limitation is that you always have to work in a database over there. So if it is a company over here, company you're working in, so whatever space they have at the backend, only on that space you can actually save it. Currently, your desktop can have, or your laptop can have around 500 GB, or up to 4 TB you can have, up to maximum you can also have, but you will have to take help from the external hard disk. If you go to the company, you have thousands of TBs available there. But again, that's a limitation. A company has to purchase. They have to set up that physical thing, and then they can set up their databases over there. And then came the server that have freed all of you, that don't need to buy the databases, no need to store at your company account. You can just use the Oracle server, Microsoft server, or Google server out there, or AWS server, to store each and every action over there. Of course, your company still have some databases to work for shorter usage, but then you are also saving the work uploading on a server to make it applicable to the pan world, not only to India but to pan world. So mobile application that you see, they have good servers out there. So server is actually the company, the giant companies, the mega cap companies, they have bought at their end, and they are asking like, we are going to take care of every stuff what you have. You just free from that part and work on your queries. Okay. So we need databases to save the information. That is the purpose of the database, what we call. In the database, we can have all this information. Now to retrieve the information from the database, to retrieve the information and work on some front end. So at the front end where you are working somewhere, maybe you are working on some project, personal project, and you're building the project on your some that exe. Let's say it is Python. You're working somewhere, or maybe you're working on some MS SQL, or maybe you're working on MySQL to work with the data, to work on data. Now data is available in the database. How to extract the information from database to your normal front end? So for Python, you might be using that idle, Jupyter, PyCharm as an example. MS SQL is a Microsoft Microsoft SQL server. MySQL is also a platform on which you, or Postgres SQL you also have. So for these databases, you're using these types of languages. And the way how you do it, that is the SQL, structured query language, you pull out. Using this SQL, you are able to fetch the information, any specific information also, or all the information from the database to your front end. And here now you can work on that. Once the data have been extracted, for example, there is a Excel file available, and you have extracted a Excel file over here. Now this Excel file, whatever you do, you delete it over here, you create new columns over here, you transform something. Okay, you transform it. That is, change the column names, change the data type of any column. None of the changes, none of the changes uh, are reflected back to the normal database. So for this reason, we have a front end on which we can use SQL to interact with the databases. Now, not only to extract something, but at live interaction to save something also. To save something back to the database, you use SQL. When the data is, you are having a copy over here in this front end, if you do anything on the Excel file, it will not hamper until unless it's saved. Or you do any work on the copy of it, it's not hampered. Okay, so it becomes independent. So SQL is a way how you can call the data set from the database to your personal system or personal software and back from the software to your personal uh, databases over there. So front end for me today is going to be MS SQL. Okay, that is SQL Server Management Studio. This is for me the front end. For you guys, it can be possible you are using now when you go with SQL. There are multiple platforms given to you to work with SQL. If you go with Microsoft, it is called as MS SQL. This SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, SQL Server Management Studio. And then if you go with Oracle, you can have Oracle SQL also available, which we call your MySQL. Then you have other platform also to practice for same SQL. So command will be maybe I think 80 to 85% of the commands are same. The meanings will be 100% same. Meanings will be 100% same. That is how to read from the data set, how to read, save back to the data set. That meaning will be 100% same. But the commands can be a little bit different. Maybe creating index in MySQL, sorry, MS SQL will be different, and creating an index in MySQL can be a different command. So a little bit syntax change will be there, very little. That is adding a semicolon. Okay. I hope I am audible now. So I think everyone is someone are writing. Can you please acknowledge in the chat box? Okay, people are writing that I am audible. So request others to please cross check at your end. Maybe restart the Zoom if it is giving again you a problem. Okay, very nice advice, EWFSTF. You can change the names also, guys. Okay, I am going to use my MS SQL. Today, I will be sharing you two things over here. I think you might not get. So the entire session, if will be given to you by the Learnbay. Once it is completed, the Learnbay is going to share all the contents. This content will be what I have kept over here. That is this questions, and this is just a data set. That for these questions, I like to give you a overview how it is working in the Excel also. So anything we are doing, how it is working on the Excel also, we are going to look at those changes simultaneously. So you will get this Excel file. You will get this questions over here. You'll get the data set and how to create the database. It's a shortcut I have already created for you. And what all necessary things like how to install MS SQL. That PDF I also have. So you will get that PDF also. Okay. So these things will be given by Learnbay. So if you're looking for contents, it will be delivered by Learnbay by tomorrow. So after end of the session, you are going to have that LinkedIn link of Learnbay. On this LinkedIn link, you're going to get all the contents. To rewatch the video, if it will be available on the Learnbay YouTube channel. So for these two things, please don't write anytime that share it. It's not in my hand, it's in the Learnbay hands. So contents by tomorrow on LinkedIn page, video maybe day after tomorrow by on the YouTube channel. So you can refer it again. But the contents will be given to you by tomorrow for sure. So please like their pages and you can download it from that sources. Okay. So how to install each step by step I have given in my PDF file, each step by step. So just brief down, let me brief down that part also. So I will open it. So I kept the file in the same folder. I will upload it. Here are the steps. So it tells you like from starting where you have to, here you will find this particular link, and what are, but it is for Windows, not for Mac or Linux. If it is Mac or Linux, please Google it. I don't have Mac or Linux laptop, so on Windows how to install, I have summarized it over here, all the steps. And I have specified over here that run like administrator. So wherever the points are highlighted, please follow those things, or first read the steps. You'll get the information. If you want to get this file right away, so in the chat box, I can share it. So your computer. Okay. I have shared in the chat box. Can guys you please acknowledge? Have you received the file? Check the chat box. So guys, please don't acknowledge. Okay, sorry, don't acknowledge. I have seen some yes are there. So this link will go. So it will be long in the chat box. So please don't reply. Just check the chat box. I have replied to everyone, so it's available over there. And there's one important thing you just have to take care that while installing, there will be some section to save the username and password. To create a username, so here is the username over here, and then there is a password. You have to select the password for it, and and please make sure whatever username password you're writing over here, this page. So wherever username password you're writing over here, save it somewhere else also, because if you lose it, you have to repeat the steps again. Okay, so make sure you save the password somewhere, or you will lose this username instance ID. So you have to create a new instance ID, and with respect to that new password you have to create. Rest the steps are all okay. I have completed it. So each step by step I have done. I have uninstalled the part and again installed it by following these steps. Okay. Yeah. So is it clear? Is the joining capacity? Rakibul, I have not shared the link. I have shared the file itself in the chat box. Okay. I have not uploaded the link anywhere. Chalo. Now, anything, guys, you have some questions in your mind, you can please, again, I'm asking if you can ask now, then we will start the session. Just check the chat box. Just check the chat box, scroll above, you will get the file. Okay. Okay. So let's start the session then. So suppose this Chile file I have. First, let's quickly look at some basic concepts. Okay. My screen is stuck. Just hold for a second. Huh. So firstly, what we are going to learn is in this first half hour, so we're going to learn like if this data set is given to you, what are the basic SQL operations you can follow, and then we can proceed with the questions that I have over here. The basic SQL operations. Opening my SQL, MS SQL. This is the layout that you will be getting once you install the MS SQL. Over here in the file, you can connect to the object browser. It is again getting the same name, but I have already connected, so no need for that. Now in this databases, you will see a couple of databases in which I have worked on practicing, and whatever database you are creating or you are extracting will be saved over here. Now, for example, I use this SQL database or tables, what I have over here. Okay, chalo, leave it. We create a new database over here. So new query. How to create a database? So to create a database, you use the command create database. And SQL, I will refer to these notes also side by side. Now SQL is a case insensitive. Or I shall make it clear once more. MS SQL is case insensitive. That is, you write here uppercase, lowercase, it will not hamper anything. So even if in my Excel file, I have these all these column names in lower cases, if I will write uppercase also in the SQL, it will not hamper. I will be able to call that column. So, but your my SQL can be case sensitive also, and it can be case insensitive also. So there is a command at that part, you can change it. First of all, I'm creating a database. Before we create a table, before we work on any table, any Excel file, any CSV file, you have to make sure that it is saved somewhere in the database. Okay. Coming back to the whiteboard. If I have to work on any Excel file or anything, I have to make sure that there is some folder in which I can save the work. So that folder in SQL is called as database. Okay, these simple concepts. I'm not going deep into it today. So I have separate sessions that I take for the SQL batch. Around 16 to 18 hours is the batch length in which connect with all the topics we have for SQL. Over there, we teach the procedures, triggers, functions, everything over there. So you can assume that 18 hours of sessions I cannot do in the 4 hours. So increase the font. It's not visible, huh? Now it is comfortable with your eyes. The first one has someone has said increase the font. Okay. So create, first of all, database and base. Spelling mistakes should not be there. Tell your database name. So I take it as a rough work. And run it. To run this, you can see above execute is there. Or when I hover my mouse above, can you see F5 is written in the brackets? If I hover mouse, can you see this smart suggestion execute F5 visible to all of you now? So please click on that or use that F5 and you are running the command. You can see command executed successfully. So I've created a database. To look at the database on the left side, you have to refresh it. And then again in the databases, you will be seeing this rough work. Okay. If you are not, if you are directly calling the table, if you're directly creating the table, what will happen? It will be working in the master database. The master is somewhere default. So by mistake, if you have not opened any database, so what Microsoft is helping you that your information should not be lost. So they make sure whatever work you're doing, it will be saved into that master database. And every work that you're doing over here is saved back to the documents. So over here in the documents, you'll get this folder, SQL Server Management Studio. Today is 22 or 21? 21, na? So I will save this thing. And you can see it is directly highlighting the document SQL Server Management Studio. I call it as my SQL class. And today is 21.05.22. Done. And the moment I have saved it, you might have seen that the color has changed. The color has changed over here. If I again try to write any other thing, you can see it is yellow. But if I do Control S, you can see now it's green. So again, a smart indicator that is given by Microsoft to help you identify whether it is saved or not. So green color means it's good to go. And in my over here now you can see SQL Server. It's coming today's date 21. So today I have made any change that is at 11:39. You can see on your screen. Currently is 11:39 a.m. So my work is saved here. SQL class 210522. So whenever you install it in Windows, by default, each of the folder or each of the files will be created in the Documents SQL Server Management Studio. Okay. So I've created the database first. Now over here, I have the database, but I don't have the time for you guys to create one row one by one, create a table. To create a table, you can use this format, create table, table name. And over here, you have to define us like what you need to align the columns. So for instance, my Chile has region, and this I can assume it's a categorical. It's a categorical, na? So N as so some categoricals. Population is a number, sex is male, female, age is the age, education is there. So you can write over here. It's just example I'm telling, but I'm not creating it. So I can write over here. First thing was region. So region is the column name. What is the data type? The data type is var you can keep up or char you can keep up. Let's say 10. Separated by comma. Next column name is my population. Population, and it is integer type. Then again you have some sex, and it's again character type. Up to 5 letters I like to have. And so on you can write over here. Let's say last is status queue, and it seems to be floating point number. So you can write here double. Okay. Double. That's it. So these are the all columns you have over here. I'm not doing it as of now, so that you can create it at your end whenever you like it. The recording will be shared, guys. Again, you are asking the same thing. It is getting recorded. You will get on YouTube channel by Monday at most. Okay. So now try to learn the concepts we are sharing in this class. So this is the way how you can create the table. One other thing is 2 more points over here before we can start. How to comment. So if you're for a single line comment, then it's the hyphen. This is a single line comment. Comments. What are comments? Comments are used if you want to save information for you guys. For as a learning, you want to look at the code and see what is the information given to you or what you have done in this task. So for example, over here, I'm creating a table. I can write here, creating the table. But this is only single line comment. You want to describe something that suppose in this webinar, we are going to learn SQL and data science. How can I do this multiple lines over here? And write here, thank you. So over here, you will make use of this slash star, star, and star slash. So this is a multiple line comments. Okay. Save it. Done. So this table I'm not creating. So star slash star star slash. This is the multiple line command. So this means if from the top I run it F5, you can see rough work already exists because I am recreating the database, which is not required. And then again, it is doing the work. Now database is created. You can see on the left side, rough work is there. But is it, am I using it? I'm still not using it. On the left side, you can see it's still master. So either from the master, you can select the over here rough work. From master, you can select the rough work, or you can directly write on the code also, use rough work. And now see carefully if I do F5. So on the top left, from master, it has changed to rough work. So these are steps you have to follow if you want to change your databases whenever you're working actively. Now I'm calling this thing. So one more thing you can learn for today's session, that is your import from CSV file to SQL servers. To import something, you have to click on any of the database, click any database. So you can write the steps on your notepads over here if you're having. Right click on the database, any database, and you will see a function here, task. Under the task, you will see import or export. I'm importing the data. So import data. Okay. Currently, in my rough work under tables, you will see I don't have any table. Okay. I don't have any table. So I click on any database, go to task, go to import data, and I'm going to create a data over here. So data source for CSV or text file, it is flat file source. For CSV or text file, it is flat file source. And for Excel file, you can see on the bottom, there is another, and there are other sources also available to you. So flat file source, next, and file name. Over here, I will browse it. It is available on my desktop, this SQL, and over here, text files, CSV files, the Chile. So this is a CSV file for me, and it's delimited text qualifier. Okay. Okay, go to next. So you can see here, it has automatically separated all of them. Why? Because it was a CSV file. CSV by default is comma separated, and on the top you can see column delimiter is comma. If it is a different separator, let's talk about over here. I have colon. So on colon, you can see I'm not able to separate it. So it's a CSV file, comma separated, comma. Refresh over here. Then again, next. Now, where you want to import, now choose a destination. My destination is SQL Server Lite Native, SQL Server Native Client 11. Over here, my SQL Server name. So this is the name which you will be taking up. So it is Nitish SQL Server Express for me. It can be different for you guys. So this name you will be writing while installing SQL. Sorry, it's hang little bit. That. So on the bottom now you can see it is asking the database. Since it is asking me database now, so there was no use of right clicking on the particular database in which I would like to save. So you can right click on any database, and on this screen when you come up, you can go and select the rough work. For me, it can be different for you, or you can refresh if it is not coming. Next. So what I've done, I've taken a CSV file and I'm trying to go from this CSV file, this folder, to my SQL, MS SQL. I'm trying to call the CSV file from the folder to over here in my MySQL. For this, I've created a database over here, rough work. And now over here, it is edit mapping. So I can see it's almost everything is okay. And next, Run immediately. Finish. Success, success, success. One error. Pre-execute is done. What is the message? Information data row one. Warning, warning, warning. Error is there. I think it's not done. It's not done. So back ish. Sorry, back. Let's close and check it out. Are you sure you want to finish SQL Server import? Yeah. I will refresh it. Plus database, rough work, tables, and DOB Chile is there, and columns. So you can see all the columns are here available to me. What I want, I would like to read them. So I will say select star from my dataset name is Chile and no data. So it has called the data thing. So because of the error, my records are not there. Okay. So my records are not there. So there's a problem with the file while I was doing. Close it. Don't save. Close it. We'll try it once more time. And for before I do it, delete this table. Delete. Okay. Done. Refresh it. Click on the databases. Right click. Task. Import. My flat file source. Next. And my browse. It is all files. Chile CSV file. And over here. Next. Population comma. No limiter is back. Delimited. Format delimited. Fixed width. Cancel. So check it once more. And next, I like to keep it on the destination SQL Server Lite. Database is my rough work. Next, DBO Chile. You can change the name over here also. So I like to just keep it as Chile. Okay, edit mappings. Open recreate destination table. This. Everything looks fine. And over here, preview. So I'm getting the data in the preview also. Okay, next, run immediately. Finish. And done. Now it is successful. So I think it was not done earlier as the CSV file was already open. Now you close it and you can refresh it over here on the rough work under the tables. I have the Chile file. Now we'll right here, select star from Chile. Okay. And F5, there is the data. So in this way, you can read this entire CSV file into the SQL Server. What are the basic of now, for example, you want to read the entire data set. This is reading the entire data set. Select star from Chile. You want to read specific column. So this is select. Instead of star, you write on the column name. So that, for example, now I will open the Chile. Chile, yeah. And we call it as education. Select education from Chile. column names. So it is dot all the column names have been actually typecasted. All are being treated as some semicolons. So we have to one more do a correction over here before I read. So I think I failed on this part for today. That Chile, I have to add one more thing before I do. So I'll cross check how to first remove this one. So it is again headache for me. Chalo, leave it. I'm not working on Chile. It will take some more time. Let us create the data set. Create the data set on which we have to work. And on that, I will perform all the basic operations first. For creating a data set, I have already given a file to you, a SQL file, making easier for all of you. What you need to do. So over here, you can see class SQL. It's not present in the database. So just execute this file. That's it. No, don't do any changes over here. Everything have been done. So I've created a database for you. And over here, I'm creating a table for you. Worker. In the worker table, I've inserted the records. Okay. Again, for the bonus table, I created the records. For title table, I've created the records. And after that, we are just reading from all the tables that whether it has been done or not. So all the hard work has been done for you. And what are these tables? These tables are available in this file, Excel file also. I've kept a copy of it. So whenever we are doing the operations, I will come back to the Excel file to look at how it is implemented. Okay. So over here, just execute it. Class execute does not exist. Make sure the name is entered correctly. F5, F5. Yeah. Now run these things simultaneously. F5. So you can see the database have been created for you, and over there the tables have also been created. If I refresh on the left side, databases, here is the class SQL, or over here you will find three tables. Bonus, title, worker, which you have created. The first one is being the worker, the middle one is the bonus, and the last one is the title. Sorry, title. So what does the dataset tell you? The worker dataset gives you the worker ID, and this worker ID is also there in the bonus also and title also. For each of the worker ID, we have first name, last name. We have the salaries for them, their joining date and department. For each of the worker ID, I have the bonus amount also, and when on which date the bonus was given to them. And for each of the worker ID, what I also have, I have their designations and affected from. So if suppose he has joined as a normal representative, as the low level representative, and then he has been appreciated with the designation in the next 2 years. So what is the new designation he is working at? That is being updated. So what date it is affected from. So each of the information is available in the Excel file also, and I have created a database for you guys also. Is it clear? Can all of you do this task? Create a database and just run this file. Yes or no? Great. Next thing. Now considering that I have any one table over here. So my creating a database job has been done. I will close this file. Now creating a data set. This is calling this file. So it was going to create a database for you. Now the next thing is reading. Suppose I want to read only and only departments from this worker table. So reading the worker table, I will select star from worker. Am I using the same database? So I'm not using the same database. So that's why worker is showing as red color. So change the database to class SQL. Now run it. Here's the worker table. And I like to read only specific department from it. Read department. So what I will do, I will write here select. As I said that SQL is case insensitive, I can write down department in the capital letters also. And after that, I can write here from your worker. Run it. So here is the department. What all basic operations we can do? So main thing you have to learn how to make a query. So above one, these were the two queries only. That read the entire table, read the department from the worker table. We can bring more into the query. This is what you have to learn. Important thing, how to make a query. Ultimately, you will be performing a lot of analysis, but how to make a query, without that, you will not be able to perform the analysis. Query is something like this. So for example, in bonus table, I like to pick a query wherever the bonus is more than 4,000. Show me that. So bonus is name filter greater than 4,000. So you can send only two values I have. How to look at these two values over in my SQL? Okay. Read records from bonus. Okay, where bonus is more than 3,000. So I can write here select star from bonus. If I run it, you can see that all the amount have been done. The query part, how to make a query on the table, it comes after it. So where now the query is my bonus amount is greater than 3,000 and 3,000. Achha, four records. What I have written? 4,000, 3,000 over here. 4,000. Okay, sorry. Not 3,000, 4,000. So these are the records where bonus amount is greater than 4,000. I hope all of you are clear with this concept, how to make a query. Yes or no? All of you are here, na? Okay, we have over 100 participants. Okay, great. Now I will bring those questions into picture. There are many questions available. Some questions are easy to catch up that can help you with these basic commands, and some questions are quite high. If we talk about overall SQL, guys, this SQL is very broad. So there are many concepts, that is how to create a database or table, how to drop the table or database, how to update a table, and these are the CRUD operations. So create, read, update, delete, these four operations. After these four operations, you have many terms available. What are the types of constraints? How to deal with the index? How to work with procedures, cases, and window functions. And then we have something called as here also you have the if else. So your conditional statements, your string operations, making a query. So we are going to learn few of these things in our these two webinars over here. Okay. So questions that I have is over here. Two page scrolling. Okay. Copy and paste. So let's see how many we can cover for today. So first question. So first question is write a SQL query to fetch the first name from the worker table using alias name as worker name. Now looking at the first question, it looks easy that we have to just read the first name from the worker table. The first name is written like this: first name and worker table. So we'll simply write down, select first name from worker. If you run this command, here is the answer, the first name. Now the SQL also provides you a abbreviation. Sometimes the names are very big. Let's say first name itself a very big name. So I can write here first or full name, something like that, or FN, any abbreviation I can use. And over here, what abbreviation I'm saying, that abbreviation is something that when you're seeing the output, you will always get the output in the form of table. In the SQL, you will always get the output in the form of table. Here, I'm looking forward that you give a different name while printing out. So that is called as aliasing. And I'm looking forward if you can give this worker name. So I will write here as worker name. And here is the answer. So please, when I start now solving the questions, please request you to kindly acknowledge or just put a thumbs up that is clear to all of you in the chat box. And then we can pursue it from question to question. There are a lot of questions available, so I would like to cover all of them in the this session only. So I hope it is clear. The very first question, just a thumbs up. That's it. Great. Second question. Write a SQL query to fetch the first name from worker table in uppercase. Now over here you can see the first name, it's only and only having proper format or the title format. Those who know how to work in Excel, they know that currently it's a title. So title means proper. If I say proper of HR, I say title means that the very first letter of the word is capital and the others are lowercase. So you can see my first name is all proper. I like to convert it into uppercase. Now how to do that? Very simple again. For bringing the same thing into uppercase, let's go back. Since it is only first name, no? Fetch first name in worker in uppercase. So copy the above thing. Now upper is a function. Upper is a SQL function. So you can directly write down over here upper. And in the brackets, you write down the column name. So it is first name for me. Run it, and you can see everything is converted to first name. Some action have been done. So after the action, you can see there is no column name present. Earlier, when I was reading the first name from worker, I was getting the column name. When I'm getting the alias, I'm getting the column name. But when I'm performing the action, the column name does not go. So what you can do in that case, you have to give a aliasing. For each of the action you're performing on the table, for which the results will be shown to you, you have to do aliasing. Okay. Next question. Fetch unique names from department from worker table. Unique is also a command, not a function, but it's a command. There's a difference between function and command. Function takes some values. Commands, it's not necessary that it will take a value. So upper is a function, and for unique, anyone knows what is the command we have to pass? So what I'm looking forward that in this department, give me the unique value. So I can give you over here data, remove duplicates. These are three unique values I have. So I want these three unique values. So in SQL Server, we call it as distinct. You can distinct, and then give me the department. No? So department man as DEPT. You can see distinct department will give you three unique values, which I was having in the Excel also. These are the three unique values. And if I will not run the as depth, if I will not take and run it, the answer will be shown with no call. Department is there. Acha, haan. There is no action. It's a command pass. For function, it is not going to give the answer, but commands it will give the answer. So department I can have over here. So distinct is the function that helps you fetch the unique values. So next one, write the SQL query to print the first three characters of first name from the worker table. So these questions are designed in such a way that at one time you are looking forward to practice on your data science questions or any other questions, it can take a reference from these things. So maybe at least I believe that from the 50 questions, at least 20-30% you will get the help for that. What I'm looking forward to print the first three characters of the first name. What is the first three characters? Going to the Excel file, if I have to read the first three characters over here of the first name. So I'll write down over here left, over Monica and 3. And you can see that the first three letters. If you have to perform the same thing in your SQL, there is a substring function present to you. It's a string function. So select from worker. What I need to select? I need to select the substring. Over here, pass the, what is this column name? First name. Three argument. So how many letters? I want three substring. Huh? That is starting and ending. So in the substring, we have to highlight that what is the starting and ending position. So starting is 1, ending is 3. And here is the first three characters. Since it is a function, again, it's not visible. You can write here. So you can give the aliasing later on as per your need. So this is how you can perform a substring over here. Okay. Write a SQL query to find the second occurrence of the function alphabet A in the first name. First name column Amitabh on the Amitabh. Chalo. What I'm asking here is that where the first name is Amitabh, you can see that the Amitabh one is this. Where the first name is Amitabh, can you tell me the second position where A is occurring? First position, so everyone can tell. Okay. For that, we use the function called as char index. Now, what is char index? Char index is a function that can give you the position number of some character inside the string. That is the function of the char index. So first, let me show the function of char index. So select from worker. Over here, char index. So what is this going to take? You can look at the screen also. It is displaying that first. Tell me the expression. Expression is the pattern. and then after comma expression varchar. So now you're looking forward what is the column name on which you are looking forward, and the third is the position number, from what position number you're looking forward. So I'm looking forward to read A in the first name from the position number 1. If I write just these things, you will see the position will be always for Amitabh. So where name is Amitabh, first of all. Also one more thing, where first name is equal to Amitabh. Spelling ठीक है ना? Amitabh. You can say it's 1. So in Amitabh, A is occurring at the very first position. If you change the position number, let's say I just write here 2. This is the starting position number. So I'm getting over here 5. Second A is present as 5th position number. I want to apply a general logic for it. What did you observe? That at first position, I'm getting the Amitabh. If I have to get a second position, what I have to do, whatever the value I get at this index position, I have to go one more value with respect to it. All of you agree now? That whatever value is returned over here, this is the position number. So this position number, what is the position number? This position number is equal to char index, very first position number that you have got. Okay, so it will be starting from first name. एक second. First name char index A first name, then char index A first name. So if I write here 1, it will be plus 1. So that will be the position number over here. All of you agree on that? That is the position value we have to pass on. After the first position where it is occurring. So I just copy it over here and paste it right over here. Run it. You get the 5th. I hope it is clear how we have merged 2 operations in order to find it. Yes or no? I hope you are liking this flow which we have created. That is a new way I created to solve the questions. I hope it is clear now. Or shall I go back to the previous method that is solve the questions from top to bottom? So solving the questions, then clearing the concepts. I hope it is clear. It is the new method is comfortable with all of you. Please help me understand that one because this is a new time I am approaching this. New for me also. Okay. Okay. So next question is write a SQL query to print the first name from worker table after removing white spaces from the right side. So after removing white spaces. So guys, what is white spaces? The white spaces is something removing the blank spaces. So for example, it's saying from to print the first name after removing the white spaces. So in my first name, do I have blank spaces? So I can see there is no blank space available as of now. If I have the blank space, let's say I can do the trim also for that. So trim is going to remove the blank spaces for all of them. If I have now there is no left trim, right trim over here. There's only trim. So you have to tell me how to trim it. Is it left or right? You have to make a logic for it. So, but here we have left trim, R trim. So we write here select R trim. It's a again string function. Over here, my first name from worker. Run it, and it has been deleted. Or trim means removing the blank spaces from the right side. On the bottom, you can see I have put the same command, but for print department name by removing left spaces. So now it is L trim L trim, but it will be department. We are executing the task over here. You might not be able to see the changes. To help you describe it further, I will take notes over here. Okay. So this is like, suppose I return select R trim, and over here I pass a string. I write here some spaces, some new message, and write a new string over here. I've done R string. I run it. You can see that from left side the spaces have been kept, but from right side the spaces have been removed. You can see the changes if I write here combined with it. Select length of this, and again select length of this. You can see, correct now, length of our trim. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then there are some spaces present over here. Print. Print. Okay, let me show you the changes over here. How can I show it for you? Anyone, what shall I do over here to reflect the changes? Any suggestions? Let's do the print function over here. New message. Showing total 15. Let me check the data length. And data length. Yeah, now it is coming out. So length will tell you the number of characters along with the spaces between. It was not calculating for me that from the left side, from the left side, till over here E. Whatever is the length, it is reading that one only. That is the purpose of length. After that, it does not take the spaces if it is having any further space it has, it does not take it up. The drawback. So I'm taking help from data length. Data length is actually the upper of length. It takes the entire string and tells me that give me the number of characters as well as the blank spaces on the left and right. So without trimming, the first two lines you can see here, it was having 35 characters. And if I just highlight it, you can see I'm able to highlight till over here. But on the after trimming my left message, you can see I'm not able to have blue highlighter after E. Similarly, you can do the L trim also. L. Now you will see after doing the L trim, that is removing the blank spaces of the left side, I have many blank spaces on the right side, as it is also clearly visible, many blank spaces on the right side. And how many characters now I have after removing the 4 blank spaces on the left? That is 31 characters. I hope it is clear that how the L trim and R trim works. Yes or no? Okay. So because above one, I'm selecting from the table. If I've done select data length of that also, it has given me the answer, correct answer. So I was, instead of length, I just changed it to data length. Okay, if you want to remove the total spaces, you have to take a combination of L trim and R trim. There is no direct trim. Okay. In Excel, you don't have L trim, R trim separate. Over in SQL, you don't have a trim. You have to combine L and R in order to remove all of them. Clear? So next question. Write an SQL query that fetches the unique values of department from name table and print its length. So department के unique name and print its length. I think wrong question over here. Or not length. Actually, looking forward, its count and print the total count. Or let's it. Uh, fetches the total count of unique values of department from the worker table. So in order to get the count of it, if I write here select distinct, I will get the only 3 unique values. I want to get a count of it. So count is again a function. You can see depart. This is the command I'm passing, not function. And now I pass a function here count of distinct department. You can see that's a function, and function does not give you the column name. So I can pass here as now you can write a total count like this. This is an aliasing. Or what you can do, you can also write down that if a total count is a word for you, you want the spaces between that. So you can make use of this part, total count. So brackets are used whenever you would like to introduce some spaces. So there's a space between total count. Now you can see on the output, there's a space. So whenever you like to have some spaces, you make use of the brackets over here. If there's no spaces, then you can directly use underscore or single name. That's it. So this is total count of unique name values over here. Okay, new question. What I need to do now, replace is coming. What I'm replacing the small a by capital A in my first name. So wherever in my first name I have, wherever you can see there are smaller a, I like to replace by capital A's. So I can write here dot is equal to replace my old text. So it is going to replace the entire thing. Or I have to make replace of replace in the Excel file. How to approach over here? You write here select replace. In the bracket, you can see the syntax: first expression, second expression, third expression, and that's it. So first expression is actually the parent name. My parent name is the first column of first name. After comma, that is the, I have to tell you the old text and then new text. So my old pattern was A, new pattern is capital A, and that's it. As new name from worker. And you can see wherever small a are there, they have been replaced by the capital C. So I hope the replace command is also clear with all of you. Save the changes. Are we doing great, all of you? Now, as per 10th question, anyone can guide me? What type of action we are looking forward? Meha, Rusia, you will get the recording on the link that Learnbay YouTube channel. Okay. Yes, great. Concat. Now concat is a string operation. Again, a string function. If you want to use a concat, you can use concat, or you can also use the concatenation operator. That is the plus sign. So I can write here, select what I need to do from worker. You can use worker. Select concat. I need to concat my first name and last name. Before I do first name and last name, what I need to have, I have written a note also here. Space should be able to separate them. So put one more comma and over here highlight the space. And this is my full name. So writing full name over here. And you can see I have created a full name by doing the concatenation. If you don't want to follow a concat operator, you can use a simple plus also over here. So first name plus and plus as full name. Both will give the same answer. If I run them simultaneously, you will see both are the same answer. So I hope concatenation is also clear to all of you. Yes or no? What about the next question if it is clear? Can anyone guide me just by looking at the question? Anyone can write in the chat box what we are doing. Anything that come in your mind, just write down. I will give you the answer. What we are trying to do in the next question. Question 11. Yes. We are sorting it. And secondly, we are sorting in ascending order. So we are sorting by first name. So right here that select star from now my first name. So this is the first name over here. I am sorting it. So DS, oops, you can see it has been sorted. So by default, all the sorting are in the ascending order only. Select star from worker. Now the order by, that is sorting command, comes in the last. Always remember. After all the tasks have been completed, then you sort it. So order by, I'm doing with first name. And you can see that Amitabh, Agitika, Monica, Niharika, Satish, and last Vivek. So by default, it is in ascending order. You can write ASC also, but it will not hamper your work. It's by default the same thing. If you want to have a descending order, so let's go back to the come to the next question over here. The next question says that first name is ascending, and then you have department in descending. So it's a two-level sorting. What is the two-level sorting? Let's understand in the Excel file. This is the table given to you. And I like to first do with name. This is the first name. So first name I've done in the ascending order. But on the right side, you can see here, now Vishal Vivek is there. I have HR and admin. So if I compare VV, I know admin comes first, not HR. Or HR comes later on. So it's already in descending order. And if I like to keep for uh, rest all are different names, I will not be able to see the changes. But chalo, let's, as per the question, observe the changes over here. So copy the above one and just write after comma, write down the department. DESC, descending. Now you will see two level of sorting. So any specific change I am able to see? Admin, admin, HR, admin, 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 HR, admin, account, HR. So no specific change. So let's descend by salary. Maybe I can get the rough idea how it is changed. So it's just a note. Okay. Not as per the question, but just giving you a different example. Salary. And over here, if I do salary, first level is first name, add level, like to write down here salary in descending order, that is largest to smallest, and okay. So there is still no change. I'm not able to get the change because first name does not have any unique values over here. So if I do with department and salary, maybe at that time I can bring the changes. So again, instead of first name, I have the department. Now you can see department are all alphabetical wise. That is in ascending order. So for account, you can see the salary is in descending order. For four admins, you can observe the salary is in descending order. And for HR, you can also observe that salary is in descending order. So the same thing I can do in SQL also by over here I did here salary, salary descending and then department. So now you can see account, admin four times, HR two times, and we are observing that it is in salary is in descending order with respect to the department in ascending order. Is it clear? I hope by giving a reference to the Excel, you are able to link to the SQL also, how it is working. All of you comfortable with this flow, or shall I only stick with SQL? Only three acknowledgements. That's it. So I think I shall only then stick with the SQL. Okay. Comfortable, na? Chalo. Thank you for acknowledging it. Helps me keep going with the flow. So next question. Now looking at the question, just tell me approach. Those who know, those who don't know, think of the Excel that you're trying to do in the Excel. What will be your approach over there? It can be single word also, two words also. What we are doing over here? I don't want your syntax code. I know syntax, some of you know, some of you don't know, so don't worry about it. But what can be a proper approach for it? What we are doing over here? Not group by. Wonderful, Karthi. It can be a in clause also, and it can be a filter also. So where the first name is Vipul or Satish. So over here, what I'm doing, a filter. Wherever the first name is Vipul or Satish, na? Huh. So I will get these two records. How to get these two records in sequence? That is what I'm looking forward. So select star from my worker where first name is equal to Vipul, or now because I'm writing a or operator, guys, sometimes people do mistake over here only. Now when you're doing the or operator, just 1 second. Sorry. So when you're using the or operator over here, you can use, you cannot write over here Vipul or Satish like that. Satish, it will give the error because it is looking forward this entire thing, Vipul or Satish. Now this entire thing is not matching. So we have to again specify this first name equal to this. So either this first clause or second clause. And if I run it now, you will get the answer. This is first approach. But other approach, those who know SQL, this is for them. You can also write here, make use of the membership operator, that is in clause. So write down in over here. It is only for those who know SQL. If you don't know, that's completely fine. After comma, this. And it is also giving the same result. So those who know SQL, you are familiar with this command? Great. So you can use any one of the method. The next question. Write a SQL query to print details of workers excluding first names. Now it is the opposite. It's not exactly the same. Now it's the opposite. If it is the opposite, what we can do? If you are using the above method as in, you can write here not in. In is a membership operator, guys. In is a membership operator. What is it looking forward? That wherever the first name is are all the names that are available here. Wherever these first names are in the pool or matching where it is Vipul or Pratish, you can write any words over here. So wherever these words are matching, I'm going to return all of them. And if it is not in, then I'm looking except for all of them. So I'll use not in. Now you can see Vipul and Satish. It is no longer present over here. So it can help you solve these types of questions. So those who know that in, if I can solve the above method in single query, then I can use over the other also query for that. And for not in, it can be a little simpler. If you would like to stick to the first method, you have to write not equal to. Okay, just try this one. Not equal to Vipul or not equal to Satish. That you can write down. Last one we will pick up for the day. Last one or two questions. Now, a SQL query to print the details of workers with department name as admin. Admin. Where department name is admin. So I can see here the admin says only these 4 records. So where department is admin. To solve this thing, what we can do, we can write again select star from worker where department is equal to admin. Now over here, I will give you help with second method also. You can go with admin. There is one more approach. You can write, suppose in MySQL it's not working. So over there, you can take help from the wildcard. Wildcard operator, and that wildcard operator is your like. So after like, how you like to looking forward? What is the wildcard operator you're looking forward? This is now looking for a pattern. Okay, wherever admin. So even if I delete ADM, now wherever this exact pattern matches, I'm looking for those words. Exact pattern matches. Okay, like gives the provides exact pattern match without wildcard. Currently, I'm not passing any wildcard over here. Wildcard we pass in the form of strings in this admin. I'm not passing wildcard, so like is going to provide the exact pattern match. So if I write here admin, only where admin is there, that is being returned. If I write here now ADM, suppose ADM I write down. So you see ADM is not present inside the department. So I'm not getting any record. To get a better result, each time there might be hundreds of names available and you're looking forward that all the names, perhaps let's say from India, we have 29 states. You're looking forward for all the states that start with capital A. Starts with A. That's it. So how can you approach that thing? You write here A. After that, you put percentage. Percentage means any n number of characters. Now you can see all the records that starts with A, I'm able to fetch it. Or that ends in something. So let's say ends in H. So we can have Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, such states we can bring it out. So if I write here, it ends in R. Suppose I run it, you can see only HR is there. So you can make use of the wildcard operator. This is a wildcard percent. We have different wildcard also. Let's see if I have other questions I will include in that part. We have underscores also available. We have this symbol is also there, which includes not. So we will discuss it one by one if I have those questions. But this is a wildcard operator. So here I'm not exactly pattern match. Wherever pattern matches with wildcard. So here I'm looking forward department ending in R. Next question, to first name which contains A. First name print details of the workers where first name contains A. Now here I'm talking about first name that contains A. Can anyone help me with the correct method? Anything which you have understood from wildcard. Can I write here like this worker where first name like, now what shall I write over here? Is it percent A percent, percent A percent? Out of these three, what do you support? See carefully the question, guys. I have written contains. Contains means it can be the middle also, starting also, end also. If I go with the above method, then I'm looking forward all the words that ends in A, ends with A. On the below one, that starts with A. So we have limited the scope over here. But the last one, it contains A. Now A can be anywhere over here. Okay. So I can write here percent A percent. Run it. Now my first name, everyone has a except where is a Monica, Niharika, Vishal, Amitabh. Monica, Niharika, Vishal, Amitabh. Then we have Vivek. Vivek have only E. A is not there. Vivek Vipul. It is not found. So except Vivek Vipul, we are able to find the next 6 names. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. You are able to understand these concepts. So okay. The next question ends with A. Now over here you will pass here percent. Now you can see out earlier I was getting 6 names that contains. Now I'm getting only 3 names that ends with A. And this question, write a SQL query to print details of the workers whose first names ends with H and contains 6 alphabets. Now you can see another condition I've written. Ends with H. That's the first important thing. Ends with H. But what does it next thing is contained? That it contains 6 alphabets. Ends with H and contains 6 alphabets. So there are 2 ways for this, but I will go with the wildcard method only. The wildcard says I send this underscore also. Underscores give me the scope of it. So total 6 characters. Na? I write here 5 underscores. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 underscores and 1 H. That is total 6 characters. Run it. And you can see only Satish is there. Let's check it out. Is it only Satish having 6 characters? Length of that. So we have Monica and let's go to next screen. Is equal to length of name so 6 is available in these 3 words. Vishal, Monica, Satish. And you can see only Satish is the word which is ending with H. So in order to include Satish, I have written 5 underscores and then 1 H. Okay. I hope it is clear now. Wildcards. These two wildcards which we have discussed, percent and underscore. Great. Next one. Write a SQL query to print the details of workers which salaries lies in 1 lakh and 5 lakh. So salaries between 1 lakh and 5 lakh. What 1 lakh here, na? Let's see 1 lakh and 5 lakh. 1 lakh and 5 lakh. So here I would have used a filter command again. So where salary is between 1 lakh to 100,000, 10,000, 1 lakh and 5 lakh. 1, 2, 3,000, 10,000 lakh. I have total of 5 answers over here. So I'll use the between operator this time in my SQL. So select star from worker where my salary between 1 lakh and 5 lakhs. And here are the total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records I have for this. Okay. Now I have to find the answer, the last question for the day. Write a SQL query to print details of the workers who have joined in Feb 2014. Feb 2014. So joining date, as you can see here, if I just filter it, you might observe that in this data set I have 20 and 2011. In 2011, I don't have any as Feb. Only 2020 I have Feb. And also in 20 Feb, I'm looking forward only 14. So out of these 4 months, January, February, and Feb, April, June, I'm looking forward those who have joined in Feb. This is the time actually. So just only 14 Feb. So 2014 or this is 2014. 14 वाला तो रिकॉर्ड है ही नहीं इसमें. I think क्वेश्चन गलत है. So any other question I have bonus affected? No. I don't have 2014, 2020 and 11 only I have. So 2020 and 11. So let's think about, we're talking about only and only 14 for now. So I have to extract this information. So leave this. I have to first tell you the date also for that. It will take another 10 minutes to explain the dates. So we'll discuss this question from tomorrow onwards when we understand how to work on the dates part and how there are 2 more functions that will help you with the date. And the next 30 questions will be discussed tomorrow. Okay. That's all for today. I will share the content with the Learnbay team. If they share it with you, that's fine. If they share it by tomorrow, that is also fine. You can please connect with them. So save this one. That's it. So thank you for today, guys. And if you have any questions, please you can ask in meanwhile. Okay, great. So thank you everyone. Let's connect tomorrow for more questions on that SQL. Take care.